For 27 years, police believed it was a tragic suicide, until a podcast listener recognized her partner, living under a new name. She was missing for 52 years, until police posted one photo and found her alive. He was a ghost for 48 years, until police tested his children's DNA for cold cases. Decades of lies, solved by twists you won't believe. Welcome back to the Dark Docket. Case number 1. July 18th, 1997. As the first sharp light of dawn spilled over the Point Cartwright cliffs, it revealed a tragedy. The lifeless body of a young woman, Megan Louise Rose, lay at the base of the jagged rocks. Her car was parked neatly nearby, suggesting a heartbreaking end to a life of despair. The authorities quickly ruled it a suicide. But that ruling was a wound that would never heal for Megan's family. They insisted this wasn't the Megan they knew. At 25, Megan was a dedicated nursing assistant, specializing in disability and aged care. Friends described her as full of life, a compassionate soul deeply committed to her work. She lived in Marula, Queensland, with her 45-year-old de facto partner, Keith Lees, and his young son. The night before she was found, she had reportedly left their unit around 8 p.m. Police pointed to a high blood alcohol concentration as proof of suicide. But her family's certainty that something was wrong was a quiet echo that lasted for years. As time ticked by, the cracks in that official story became impossible to ignore. In 2009, Queensland police reopened Megan's case. That echo of doubt had finally become a roar. There was new evidence, information that cast a dark shadow on the original suicide ruling. Investigators discovered that Keith Lees, her partner, had allegedly taken out a life insurance policy in Megan's name shortly after her death. Combined with glaring inconsistencies in the initial forensic reports, the case was reclassified as suspicious. Yet, the case went cold once more. A decade passed. Then in 2022, cold case detectives launched a fresh investigation. The next year, a $500,000 reward was announced for information leading to an arrest. In June 2023, detectives traveled to Victoria to speak with a now 70-year-old Keith Lees. And then, he vanished. A day after speaking with police, Lees disappeared. His car was found abandoned, but he didn't flee into the wilderness. He dissolved into society under an alias, David. For 18 months, Lees lived a phantom life. He used falsified documents, a new driver's license, and a pensioner card to collect government welfare and enjoy subsidized housing. He even found shelter with religious groups who had no idea of the dark past the man they were helping was running from. But he couldn't run forever. An arrest warrant was issued. His family publicly pleaded for him to turn himself in. And then, the 21st century's greatest investigator stepped in. A true crime podcast. Someone somewhere was listening to Megan's story. They recognized David as Keith Lees, and one anonymous tip was all it took. On January 2nd, 2024, police moved in on a property in New South Wales. The man who had eluded justice for decades was finally cornered. In a final desperate act of defiance, he allegedly bit a police officer during the arrest. After facing fraud charges in New South Wales, Louise was extradited back to Queensland. Today, he stands charged with the alleged murder of Megan Louise Rose. The secrets whispered by the sea in 1997 are finally being spoken aloud in a court of law. Case number 2. It started with a phone call. On the morning of March 20th, 1977, a teenage girl in Honolulu, Hawaii, received a call from an unknown male. Later that day, Donna Momara, a sophomore at McKinley High School, told her mother she was going to meet friends at a shopping center. She never returned home. Dawn was described as bright and kind-hearted, a quiet and shy teenager loved by her friends and family. When she didn't come back that night, her family and friends began a frantic search, driving around the school campus, calling her name. The next morning, their worst fears were realized. Dawn's body was discovered on the second floor of the school's English building. The community was shattered. Police launched an extensive investigation. They interviewed numerous people, including 2 former students, brothers Gideon and William Castro. At the time, neither was considered a suspect. Police even released sketches of a man seen near the English building that night. But with no substantial leads, the case, like so many others, went cold. Decades passed. The memory of Dawn's tragic death lingered, a dark shadow over the school. But then, in 2019, science offered a new path. Investigators, armed with advancements in forensic technology, decided to re-examine the evidence collected from that dark hallway in 1977. In 2020, they succeeded. Modern testing methods allowed forensic experts to extract a partial, unidentified male genetic profile from the evidence. The ghost finally had a shadow. 3 years later, in 2023, new information led detectives to focus on those same 2 brothers interviewed decades ago, the Castro brothers. With help from the FBI, investigators located Gideon and William and their adult children. And then, they used one of the most powerful tools in modern forensics, familial DNA. They collected DNA samples from the children. The results were staggering. The unidentified male DNA from the 1977 crime scene was a match, consistent with being the biological father of one of Gideon Castro's children. Investigators now had their man. Further testing directly linked Gideon Castro himself to the evidence found on Donna Momara's body. In January 2025, nearly 48 years after Donna was killed, 66-year-old Gideon Castro was arrested at a nursing home in Utah. He was charged with second-degree murder, awaiting extradition back to Honolulu to face the justice that had been waiting for him for almost half a century. For Donna's surviving family, the news was a mix of profound relief and deep sorrow. The motive, the circumstances, the reason why, those questions still remain. But a name, after 48 years, has finally been given to the shadow. Case number 3. She was a mother, dreaming of a better life for her young son. Donna Oggovie was 24 years old, raising a 2-year-old boy back in Vancouver. She had come to Toronto temporarily, hoping to earn enough money to buy a house, a safe haven for her son. Donna worked in the sex trade, a life that carried dangers she knew all too well. Her friends called her one of the most street-smart women out there. She was careful, she was savvy, she knew the risks. In March of 1998, her trip was almost over. She was planning to fly home soon. She never made it. On the cold, damp morning of March 8, 1998, a passerby cut through a parking lot in downtown Toronto. There, left out in the open, was the body of a young woman. It was Donna. She had been strangled to death. This wasn't a robbery gone wrong. Homicide detectives quickly zeroed in on the theory that her killer was a client, someone she got into a car with. But who? Donna was known for her distinctive wolf fur coat and white, spiked heels. Yet, no one saw anything. Her murder sent a chill through the city. Donna was the fifth sex worker found strangled since 1997. Police feared a serial predator was hunting the city's most vulnerable women. But Donna's killer hadn't hidden her. He left her in the open, like a message. From day one, police had one vital clue. DNA. A male DNA profile was recovered from Donna's body. It was entered into Canada's national database. But there was no hit. For years, that DNA sat in cold storage, a silent witness waiting for science to catch up. Investigators chased leads. They even arrested another predator, Daniel Atkinson, who was caught violently strangling another sex worker near Donna's corner. But his DNA didn't match. He was a predator, just not her predator. For over 20 years, Donna's case sat unsolved. Her son grew up without a mother, but police never gave up. In 2022, they turned to a revolutionary technique, genetic genealogy. A forensic lab built an enhanced profile from the 1998 DNA and used genealogy databases to build a family tree. The search led them to a family in Newfoundland, and one man stood out, Ronald Acreman. In 1998, Acreman was 25, working as a truck driver in Toronto. Just an ordinary face in the crowd. After Donna's murder, he quietly left the city, eventually settling back in Newfoundland, building a normal life. He thought he got away with it. But his DNA was waiting. On February 6th, 2025, Acreman was on a flight from Edmonton when his plane touched down for a layover in Toronto. Police were waiting at the gate. After 26 years, Donna's killer was finally in custody, charged with first-degree murder. The DNA match is airtight. Science had finally given Donna back her voice. Case number 4. We end our file tonight with one of the United Kingdom's oldest and coldest missing person cases. A mystery that endured for over half a century. The case, the disappearance of Sheila Fox. In 1972, Sheila Fox was a bright, cheerful 16-year-old girl living with her parents in Coventry, England. Then, without warning, she was gone. She was last seen in the Coventry city center, and then nothing. No clues, no note. Just an empty space where a daughter used to be. Her disappearance shocked the community. People searched everywhere, but no trace of Sheila was ever found. As the weeks turned to months, and the months to years, the case went cold. What could have happened? Theories were all the family had. Some speculated Sheila had run away, perhaps due to personal issues. There were rumors she was in a relationship with an older man, leading to theories she might have eloped. But without evidence, these were just whispers. Other theories were far more sinister: abduction or foul play. With no solid leads, the case remained unresolved. Decades passed. 1972 became 1982, then 1992, then 2002, then 2012. Sheila's family was left in a painful limbo, mourning a loss but clinging to a sliver of hope. The mystery of Sheila Fox became one of the UK's longest-running missing person cases. Fast forward to December 2024. 52 years after Sheila was last seen, West Midlands police decided to try one more time. They took the old, grainy, black-and-white photograph of 16-year-old Sheila and posted it on their website and social media. A digital message in a bottle tossed into the ocean of the internet, hoping for a miracle. The result was immediate. Within hours, tips from the public started pouring in. Those tips led investigators to a woman living in another part of the UK. Police spoke with her and confirmed the impossible. It was Sheila Fox. After 52 years, Sheila Fox was found. She was alive, and she was well. The 52-year-old mystery was over. Authorities confirmed she had been living under a different name, in a different part of the country. She had built an entirely new life for herself. The specific reasons why she left and what happened in those intervening 5 decades remain her private story. For her family, the news was bittersweet. The decades of unanswered questions had left their mark. But the relief of knowing she was alive, the closure of finally having an answer, was immeasurable. A case that began in 1972 was finally closed, not by DNA, but by a single social media post and the enduring hope for an answer.